Hi, everybody. That's me, Silvia. Now it's Julia also connected. So, hi, welcome to our free webinar of yogacruising.com. Hi, Julia. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Silvia.
So let's see what we will do today. If you don't know us, let me tell you a few words. My name is Silvia Belmonte-Axtner. I'm working as a holistic life coach, mindfulness and yoga instructor, and I'm also working as an ambassador for yogacruising.com. And I will tell you during this webinar because I decided to do this. And hi, Julia, let us know something about you because Julia will be the next yoga teacher which is organizing or who is organizing a wonderful trip to Turkey and Greece in September. So tell us a few words about yourself, Julia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia. I was born in Ukraine, but I'm already living for around 10 years all over the world. And the world is, the planet is my home. It happens such a way that each year I move from one country to another country. And idea to organize the yoga cruise came into my mind last year when I was sailing from India to Maldives on the catamaran, and I thought that the sea, the space, it's the perfect condition for something that we're aiming in yoga, to connect to yourself, to connect to the nature, to feel peaceful, to go deeply into insight, to connect with your soul. And I thought that I should organize the yoga on the boat. And this is how Ibo and yoga cruising came into my life.
Okay, fantastic. I experienced the same, the same feelings when I was doing the first trip this May, and it was amazing. So let us talk about you a little more about yoga cruising and what we could do for you on this tour. So I will share right now. Let me put my glasses on because I have need to see this. Okay, so now I will share with you this PowerPoint. Let's have a look. I have to share with you just a second, and we are going on. So let's have a look to the presentation. Okay, so here we go. Yoga cruising, sailing, yoga, and more with Julia, because Julia decided to offer 2 trips in September. The first trip will be from the 14th until the 21st of September, the Greek tour, and from the 21st to the 28th of September, the Turkey tour. So let's see what's about yoga cruising and what we will do and what we will receive during this webinar. So first of all, we want to inspire you. That's why we are here, to inspire you to organize or to register for this wonderful yoga cruising tours, which Julia is organizing in September. You will be informed about how does a gullet, that's a wooden sailing boat, look like, so that you could imagine what's really a good, wonderful wooden sailing boat and how it works. So you will see the different routes of yoga cruising in Turkey and Greece, so that you could imagine what's really coming to you. You will see something about the accommodation, the board, and the equipment of the cabins. So that's very important. You have to know where will you sleep. And then Yoga will share with you about her yoga and meditation practice at Yoga Cruising, okay? On board, and of course at special power places. You will know about something about the excursion on land and the life on board. You will know something more about the crew. You will know about the prices and the included services, and also about the transport from and to the airport. you will know about the really extra codes that will no surprise for you when it's coming up to the tour. So you will be informed about everything, because for us it's very important to be transparent. Okay, transparent. How do you call it?
Transparent.
Exactly, transparent. And so today we will not talk about the special conditions for yoga teachers, but we have a wonderful offer for you if you join this webinar. And of course, we will give you answers to all your questions. So, and if you are interested, you are a yoga teacher looking this webinar, just keep in contact with me. I will share all the information that you need to know. So let us see who is yoga cruising, who we are. So here at this side, you see Ibo. Ibo is the owner of Yoga Cruising, and he's not only a wonderful person, Turkish man who studied also German in Germany. He's also a wonderful hiking instructor. So all the excursions, the mainly excursions, will be organized by him. So, and we will talk about a little bit more about Ibo during this webinar. And here at the other side, that's me and Julia. It's our last trip in May. And yes, I just told you something about me. So I'm an experienced yoga teacher, mindfulness instructor, and I'm also helping people to make their dreams come true as a holistic life coach. And I'm really doing this because I love it, because it's easy for me, it's in coherence with my personal talents, and I really love what I do. And also is doing Julia, because she loves sharing yoga with you. So let us a little bit more know about yourself, Julia. How did you, why did you decide to get a yoga teacher? What was the inspiration or the motivation?
You know, I started doing yoga 11 years ago. And at some point, when I was already practicing regularly with different teachers, and I was working in different countries, I met Indian yoga teachers who really inspired me. I started practicing more often. I started reading about yoga. And at some point, I realized that this practice really makes me happier and it makes me healthier. It has the practical result in my life, is making the quality of my life better. I feel better. And I was so inspired by the results that I was getting from the practice that I could not to share it with others. Yeah. I had the need to tell people how good is it and how great their life can be if they will incorporate yoga and meditation to their life.
Exactly.
And that's why I went to India. I met my yoga teachers, pranayama and meditation teachers, and this is how everything happened.
Fantastic. The same happened to me. I wanted to share all the wonderful benefits I got with my transformation, with coaching and also with mindfulness and yoga. So that's why I decided I have to show this other people, because it's wonderful. It makes you happier. It makes you healthier. Your life changed completely from the inside out. That's a very important thing. You're changing from the inside out. So just let's have a look. Our roots with yoga cruising, because that's why are you here, because you are interested in one of the roots. So the first route, it's a Greek one, the Island of the Light. You could see here. So it begins at Bodrum. So you have to take a flight to Bodrum. Here's the airport. And of course, there will be a transport which brings you to Uren, that's the marina. And then you will make several trips on the boat, of course, to several islands, to Kos, to Nisiros, to Tilos, Sim, Knidos, and go back to Bodrum. And it's really, really a wonderful trip, because you're not only doing yoga, you are not only doing meditation on board. You have the opportunity to see several little islands, to connect with the nature, to make trips on the island, so hiking trips, and also we are going to little harbors like Kos, so where you could go shopping or have a drink with the other practitioners, and so that's a wonderful opportunity also for meet wonderful people, to share your experience, to have a nice talk, and of course to see about something more about the nature of the Greek and Turkey islands. That's the first route. The second route is the Turkish tour. You are doing the first tour in September, from the 14th until 21st. And the second tour Julia is offering, it's a Cleopatra tour. It's going, also you have to take a flight to Bodrum, then you are going to Uran, and these are the Turkish little small islands. And tell us a little bit about this tour, Julia.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tour. I've been there, teaching there recently in May, and it's a beautiful tour where you travel on the beautiful base. You find like a hidden base where you don't see people, you don't see villages. It's just the nature, the boat, and you. So I really enjoyed this road. You still can see some archaeological sites. For example, Knidos is a very important ancient Greek city. And we're going trekking there. We see the herbs, we see different plants, and Ibo, he's really great on explaining, you know, what we see. And then we arrive to this beautiful ancient town. There is also excursion to another place, to Mula. But in general, you stay on the boat, you go trekking on that really peaceful and nice places. And when you come back from that road, you feel so peaceful, so happy inside that you really want to keep that state. You don't want to go away. You feel so good there that you don't want to go away.
Oh, lovely. Sounds really good, because I made the first tour and Julia made the two tours. So that's all about these two. The first one, it's the Greek, and the second one, the island, it's the Greek island of the light, and the second tour is Cleopatra. So let's see something about the accommodation and the cabin. So what's awaiting you is a double bed or two bed cabin. So with your own toilet and shower. They have a small cupboard and night table, and they have towels of bed linen and also hair dryer. So it's, for me, it was really comfortable, because I shared the cabin with Julia, so it was no problem for us, because we like us and we love to be together. And how did you felt in this cabin? What do you think about this cabin? It's lovely, no? Isn't it?
It's lovely, and I really enjoyed the sound of the water. You know, when there were little waves, it was really nice to sleep there with the fresh air. You have in every room like a small window, so you have fresh air. You have your own toilet and shower, which is very important. And I can say that it was very comfortable. You cannot expect to be in the 5-star hotel, yeah, by staying on the boat. It was beautiful. For a boat trip, I was fully satisfied with the conditions. Everything was clean, and while we were going to trekking or swimming or you know, having some excursions, we were coming back and our rooms were clean.
Yes. Yes, it's very clean. I love this, because I don't have any problems that's small, but I need a clean cabin, you know, a clean hotel, a clean cabin. That's for me also very important. So that's about the accommodation and cabins. Now, well, let's see about your daily yoga cruising program. So the times are an orientation, okay, and depends sometimes on the weather, if we have to change the route of the weather conditions, but these are an orientation for you. So normally we are starting the day with a herbal tea or ginger and lemon water. So before doing the first yoga session, there's everything already prepared to have a drink, to have a tea, to have a water. So the crew is really so amazing that you have always everything prepared. After this, we depends a little bit on the yoga teacher and the tour. There's a 1.5 hour or 75 minutes yoga and meditation session. It's from 7 to 8:30, or sometimes beginning at 7:30 and going ahead. After the yoga and meditation session, which Julia afterwards will share a little bit more about it, we have a wonderful breakfast brunch at round about 9 o'clock. As you could see here at the photo. It was really amazing. A wonderful brunch with all Mediterranean food, fresh fruits, vegetables, herbals, pancakes, tea, coffee, whatever you really love. And then it was free time, okay, between 11 and 4, it's always time for having an excursion, swimming, sailing, relaxing. And the lunchtime, we also had a wonderful lunchtime at 1:30 with snacks or fruit, or sometimes also all the things which we did not eat because we couldn't. We couldn't eat so much for the dinner. All these kind of snacks they are offering for the lunchtime. Wasn't it like this?
We were eating, and it was so good. It was so tasty. It was a beautiful, healthy, fresh food, which was made by the crew with love, and we were enjoying so much the food.
Yes.
It was really great.
Great, fantastic.
And what's interesting is that on the Turkish cruise, there were a few people who are usually, they're not vegetarian, who are eating meat in their daily life, and they really enjoyed this week, vegetarian week, because you have cheese, you have fruits, you have vegetables, you're never hungry, and they were fully satisfied. And I even know that one person still didn't eat meat. He still continued being vegetarian.
Yeah.
Yes. This is how beautiful food inspires people to change something in their life.
Of course, absolutely. So at 4 o'clock, there's tea time with tea, coffee, biscuits, whatever you want. And the second yoga session, it's around about 5 or 5:30, 6 o'clock. And afterwards, you have time for a shower. And at 8 in the evening, there's waiting a wonderful, amazing dinner for you. And after the dinner, you could finish the day with a view of the starry sky or having a drink in the harbor. So it's really fantastic. So let's see something on, and that's Julia will explain you right now about the yoga and meditation session she's offering on these trips to Greece and Turkey. Let us know something about your yoga sessions.
Yeah, we're going to be practicing 5 days, morning and evening, twice a day. As Silvia said already, around 75 to 90 minutes. And I'm preparing the program depending on the people who are going to be there on the boat. But my idea is to have active, energizing yoga in the morning, sun salutation, vinyasa, or intense hatha yoga practice, and to energize and to make your body stronger, to have energy for the whole day. And in the evening, we will be focusing more on making your body, feeling the elasticity of your body, I don't like to call it to stretch your body. No, to let go all the tension from your body. And then we will be doing pranayamas, the breathing techniques, and meditation. And I find it the most important part of the yoga practice because the meditation and pranayama part is something that really can change the quality of your life. So by making this practice 5 days, more or less 3 hours a day, I wish you to learn some techniques which you can bring home, you can bring back with you. So when 1 week of this beautiful holiday will finish, you still know what to do in the morning when you wake up, or you still know what to do when you don't feel calm, you're worried, you're stressed. So I will do my best to give you as much as I can for you to practice yoga when you come back. And as there will be not many people, we are more or less 14 people on the boat, I will have time to spend with each of you and to adapt the session for each of you. If you're a beginner, before the class or during the day, I will be explaining you something. If you're already advanced yoga practitioner, during the session, I will give you some different techniques. So it will be also interesting and inspiring for you. And as I'm also teaching yoga therapy, I will adapt the session to each of you. So after the 1 week of the cruise, you will know which poses, which asanas are recommended for you to do to feel better, which ones are not recommended. You will have like a sequence which was designed only for yourself according to your health. Maybe some injuries, some health problems. So everybody will get a lot of attention from me. And as I wish for all of you to understand what yoga is, not just to do the body movements. I'm going to be explaining about philosophy of yoga, about history of yoga. In the evening, we might watch some yoga movie and have a discussion about it. I'm also now have an idea of incorporating the noble silence into the retreat. Noble silence, for those who know what Vipassana is can be a day, yeah, can be more of silence. When you don't use your phone, you don't communicate with anyone. You just connect to yourself. You just communicate with your inner self. And depending on the group, which I will have on the boat, I will do half day or 1 day of noble silence. We will be practicing yoga, eating, swimming, having excursions, but in silence.
That sounds really, really fantastic. And one really important thing, you don't have to try to bring anything. The full equipment will be provided on board. So you have mats, you have blocks, you have the meditation cushion, the safu, and you have blankets. So nothing to bring with. It's everything, the full equipment is on board. And as I told you, that's as Julia is one of these yoga teachers of a team of graduated yoga teachers of different nationalities, English, German, and Russian speaking, and myself Spanish speaking. So I'm the first Spanish speaking yoga teacher at Yoga Cruising. So, okay, thank you so much, Julia. Now we will see what's going on board. So really, as we talked about already, vegetarian full board, water, tea, coffee, lemon and ginger water, whatever you really want, it's on board. We have a rich breakfast, lunch, snacks and fruit, and often all the things which we couldn't eat at the dinner before. And there's a tea time with biscuits. So there's 6 dinner on board with amazing Turkish dishes and 1 dinner in a local fish restaurant that's also was amazing and a really lovely experience. And
and also in that beautiful fish restaurant, for those people who are vegetarian and who are not eating fish, the chef was preparing beautiful grilled vegetables. For example, I enjoyed the grilled vegetables and plenty of different vegetarian options. So don't worry, if you are not eating fish, you will also enjoy the dinner.
Exactly.
And about the food, for people who are vegan or else gluten-free or lactose-free, who has some the special, diet, the team on the boat is so flexible that they do their best to make you happy with the food you eat. So they also adjust the menu according to the people on the boat. So I can really guarantee that you will enjoy the food on the boat.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So let's have a look at the excursion. So that's not only yoga, meditation, wonderful food, wonderful stuff, wonderful people. You have also the opportunity of doing hiking tours, to visit archaeological sites, or at the Turkish tour, a Turkish original hammam, that's a bars. So as you could see here on the photo, the wonderful landscape, and it was really amazing. I love really the nature in Turkey. I'm German and I'm living in Spain since 20 years, and I love to live here. But Turkey and Greece is so wonderful. I love the landscape, I love the nature, and that's why I decided also to be the yoga cruising ambassador. So as you could see here, we also visited some haybers where we went out for a drink, and archaeological sites, special power places, a lot of nature. Do you want to share something more about these trips?
Yes, I can say that many of those places that I visited in Greece and in Turkey during these cruises, it's impossible to reach those places by car. Yeah, you can see them only if you're traveling by boat. You see another part of Turkey. Say you see Greece from another angle. If you just buy a flight ticket and you go to Greece, you will have a lovely holiday also, but you would not see what we're seeing on the cruise.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really beautiful. Some archaeological sites, some beautiful Greek churches, and little villages, and beautiful landscape. We were collecting our herbs. I was drying my thyme and oregano in the room, and I brought it with me. I'm using it now. And each time I eat those food, I remember, the beautiful cruise. I can say that you can see a lot. You can see really very special places.
Yes, it's amazing and wonderful. I'm really in love with this landscape. So let's say about the free time. So you have time for sailing, relax. So we are sailing. You have time to relax, to swim, to snorkel, to go out with a kayak, to have a chat with the wonderful group. So as you could see me and Julia here on board having a chat, or the other teachers we met in Greece on the Greece tour, or just by myself meditating. It was so wonderful, and really I enjoyed it so much, and it's amazing. It's a really amazing tour with a lot of opportunities to have great experiences for your body, mind, and your soul, isn't it?
Yes, and also you have a lot of freedom, because if you wish to go trekking with a group, you go. If you wish instead to lay down and to read your book or to swim, you also can do that. So there is a program, but you are flexible to make the best of it. To listen to your own body, to listen to yourself, what you wish to do now. Do you want to go trekking? Do you want to go swimming? Or reading, or maybe sleeping, is a really very good way to spend the week of your life.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So let's see about something more about the crew. Here you could see Ibo once again, wonderful, open-minded and open-heart person who really is trying to do the best, or he's doing the best, his best, that everybody on board is feeling well as the wonderful cook and the other members of the crew, as you could see here, the captain and the other members who makes it that we could sailing, because you need a crew on a board, an experienced crew, to have a really good sailing experience. So that's something about the crew. Lovely persons, wonderful, very respectful, discreet. I couldn't tell anything about, I felt all the whole tour, the whole week, I felt so good with them. And so let's have a look about the yoga cruising tour with Julia in Greece from the 14th until the 21st of September. Let's see the price and also what's really awaiting you, what's included in the price, and how, which are the extras to have in mind. So it's a really amazing price. It's for the whole trip for one person in a double cabin. It's 1,135 euros. Of course, if you want a single cabin for yourself, you have to pay 50% more. So included in the price are 7 nights stays, the 10 yoga sessions, 5 in the morning time, 5 in the afternoon. The vegetarian full on board, water, snacks, tea, coffee, fruits. The 1 week on the yacht with the crew, the captain, the chef, and the sailor, all included. The high yoga equipment, the equipment of snorkeling and water sport, the Haber tax in Turkey. And, oh, here is the one. Yeah, yoga cruise with Julia in Greece. The equipment, the Haber tax in Turkey, the bed linen, and the bath towels. So the extras you have to calculate for the yoga cruising with Julia in September, the Greece tour. This, of course, the soft drinks and alcoholic beverages, it's normal. Then we also invite you to give a tip as a really sign of gratefulness for the crew. And I could tell you, I did this on my tour in May from the bottom of my heart, because it's a wonderful group. It was a wonderful crew and I loved to be with them. So the tip and gratuity for the crew, the Wi-Fi, if you want to have Wi-Fi, you have to pay 10 euros. The transfer for the airports, 40 euros. You have to calculate the entrance of the illogical sites, 5 euros, the Haber tax of Greece, and of course the dinner at the fish restaurant, and you have to calculate more or less 15 euros. That's more or less the extras awaiting you, so that you are really be informed and that it's clear for you. So this is the Greece tour. The Turkey tour, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit cheaper because of the gasoline. We don't need so much gasoline. That's why the trip is cheaper for you. These are 935 euros per person in a double cabin and 50% more for the single cabin. All included, the same inclusion, the 7 night stays, the yoga session, the vegetarian full on board, water, snacks, tea, coffee, fruits, the crew, the captain, chef, and sailor, the high yoga equipment for snorkeling and water sport, Haber tax in Turkey, bed linen, bath towel. What's extra? The same thing as in the Greece tour. The same things. The only thing, that's why I forgot. The 75 euros for the Greece tour is not included in normally in the. It's obvious. It's not included in the Turkey tour, so I have to change this for the next webinar.
Because in this tour we're not going to Greece, So the company, yeah, they're not paying actually to bring the boat to another country, and they're not paying the special taxes, harbor taxes in Greece. So also one of the reasons why it's a bit cheaper to go to Turkey. Yeah, the distances are not that big as on the cruise in Greece. Yeah, as we're traveling only inside the Turkey and the company is Turkish, we're not paying any special harbor tax.
Exactly, exactly, nice. Exactly. So 935 euros for one person in a double cabin. Fantastic price for all these included things. So
it's a special price.
It's a really special price. Yes, it's a really special price. So as we told you, the airport transfer is not included. It's around about, it's 40 euros, but you could decide if you want the airport transport. It's fantastic. They have fantastic drivers. I loved it that there was somebody waiting at me with all my baggage at the airport, and he brings you to the Marina Uren, and also he brings you back to the airport if you want. It's free. You decide, okay? So I will change this. We have a really special offer for you today, Julia and me. So if you looked this wonderful webinar with all the information we gave you, and you decide that you want to do it and to register, if you book today, we present you the airport transfer and you save up 40 euros. The only thing that you have to do is to write to info@silviabelmonte.com or send me a WhatsApp to this telephone number. It's 34 for Spain, 696 438 005. So, if you have seen this webinar and you want to join the next trip with Julia to Greece or to Turkey, what you have to do, send me an email or send me on WhatsApp, and we present you the 40 euros for the transport, and you save this. So you could do something more with it. You could buy a lovely dress if you are doing the Greece tour. I bought a lovely dress in the Corsair. It was fantastic. The shops are really lovely. So don't hesitate to write me. And if you have any questions, I will close this right now. So if you have any questions to Julia, I will pass all the information you sent me. I will pass to Julia, and she will answer you all your questions in relation with the yoga, meditation, and pranayama practice. So that now we are at the end of our webinar. Don't hesitate to contact us or to contact me. And if you have questions in relation of the yoga practice, please contact me. Also, I will pass the information or the email to Julia. Thank you so much, Julia, for doing this webinar with me together. It's wonderful. I love to do it with you.
Thank you, Silvia. You know, I really like every time we talk with you, there is such a good and nice energy coming, always smiling, always positivity. As that moment that we met with you here in Turkey, and we got that great connection. And I also hope to very soon to see you on the boat.
Absolutely, me too. Me too.
I miss you.
So don't worry if there are no possibility. Come to me to Spain, or I will visit you in Malta.
Yes, yes.
So to all the other people who listen to our webinar, have a good night, have a good day, whatever. I don't know when you are, at which time you are seeing this webinar. And if you have any doubts or questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Have a nice day, have a nice night. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.